Good Monday, everybody. Hi, welcome. I decided to start the stream a little bit early because I will have to leave today at 2 o'clock. So we got an hour and 5 minutes for our live stream today. Still coughing. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm expecting some good news. Because I don't want to play around with monetization and stuff like that because I'm really close to my 1,000 sub. I'm not going to say why, but you probably can guess. I'm just waiting for test result as we speak. But so far, so good. I'm feeling fine. Coughing just a little bit. Other than that, everything is fine. I'm still expecting to leave really soon. This is why I said this is the last stream for a while. I will get back with the regular live stream from mid-February when I come back from Florida. And I'm coming back from my show. Actually, I will be back from Florida way before mid-February, but I will be out on the road. So other than that, welcome. We're going to try to have fun today and not think about some weird stuff that are happening in the world right now as the world is closing down around me. Still, a little more cozy look for today. I felt it fit the mood a little better. Up for you to judge. Leave a comment in the chat or a comment below if you're watching this in post if you like the new look or not. Even if you don't like it, I already filmed like 8 videos with this thing, so sorry guys. Let me catch up with the chat. Hi Colin, welcome. Always good to see you around. Why is my chat window so small? You know. There we go. I got it now. What you guys want to talk about? First, actually, I should say, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. I would really appreciate to get my 1,000 subscriber before January 16. It's just a personal goal, nothing to do with anything. It's just when I destroyed my older YouTube channel a year ago on January 16, I would like to be up to 1,000 subs before that. It doesn't mean anything other than just mean that I could in a year made up 1,000 subs speaking about a subject that there's only a few people who want to hear about. I'm probably not going to pronounce your name correctly, but I'm going to say Arjun Saroj. I'm sorry, man. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but your comment is love from India. Your video helped me a lot. Thank you. Thank you for coming here and let me know about that. This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for the love of sound and the love of and just the love of helping out people. There you go. If you have any question, man, about the console, something that I didn't cover yet in my video, feel free to ask them in the chat. This is why we're here today. And actually, this is a really good crossover between an open radio line where you just call and ask your question and a podcast. Almost like a podcast. It's funny because we end up talking about a lot of subject like weather here. Sadly enough, you cannot see outside of my window because I got some sound insulation in there, but there's snow now where I live in Canada. We have about that much, and I cannot wait to leave this place and go in sunny Florida for a month. I just feel it. Speaking of, coming up next, something that I feel good about the video that I recorded already for you guys. I'm gonna cover up, this is a sneak peek in the future. I'm covering up option of the console that we didn't explore yet. I don't want to be a user manual for console, but I think I'm heading toward that even if I don't want to. So I'm just accepting that. Uh, oh, sorry. I just lose the music. We're gonna fix that in a second. Okay, well, I guess you guys can still hear me. What's up, Pancho? What I want to say is we're covering up some area of the console that I never covered before. So not in the aux, but if we go in the regular channel, I cover the fact that you can change or you can reorder the block, and I'm also give out an introduction of the custom tap point because there's two things happening. You have a lot of tap points for the bus send. You hear echo. Oh, it's probably the camera. The echo should be fixed now. Oh, I just lost my music in that scene. So background music is going to cut in and out for this video, so I cannot take time to reset it up. But you hear me fine, huh? Just make sure that you tell me. What's up, Ralph? Sorry, guys, I started the stream early today because I have to leave at 2:00. Yeah, background music doesn't matter. You guys don't need that. Basically, what I was saying is the next few video we're going to talk about the bus send and the custom option on the console. I feel like I didn't cover that. It's not something that was hidden, but I just didn't cover it. And if you didn't know about it, it was right in front of you, and you never saw it. You know that little Allen wrench that you have here in the bottom. If you never saw it before, well, there you go. Now we will cover that in detail, or as in detail as I can go in the 3-minute video, because this is my target. Actually, I end up going way over that in the bus send video. It's like 10 to 12 minutes. It's gonna come out really soon next year. So, how was your weekend, guys? I was actually at home. Things are slowly coming down, or slowing down here. Not because of COVID, but just the way the market here is in Canada. Usually the holiday season are done at this point. Everybody Christmas party is done. Okay, let me get back to you, man, in a few seconds. But yes, things are slowly coming down. I'm supposed to go do a TV show in a few hours. Actually, you have to be there at 3. It's currently 1:00 for me. I'm gonna be with you till 2. I'm gonna pack my thing and leave for a TV show that I will film. Actually, I will film 6 TV show in 3 days. Today is the setup day. Tomorrow and the 3 day after that, we're filming an hour episode in the morning, an hour episode in the evening. For those of you who remember Véronique Labbé, I show a show of her in a church with really bad acoustic. This is her and her band, with plus some guests, some famous artists from around here. And sorry, guys, we're gonna film a couple. I don't know if it's TV or online show, but it's an hour of content that we're gonna film like a TV show. If it end up only on the internet, well, that will probably be it. Really good question from Arjun. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that right. Can you show how to use Parallel? We're, of course, not talking about Mac Parallel to run Windows application on a Mac, but sorry, guys. I'm pretty sure we're talking about parallel compression. My question is, before I jump on the subject, where do you want to use parallel compression? Do you want to use it on drum, or do you want to use it on the vocal or something else, like bass guitar? Because it will change. I will actually show you 2 ways to do it before I jump on the subject. I just need your answer about that. E-Man Jr., hello. Hi, man. Welcome. I think I've saw you before. It's not your first time around here, is it? Welcome. Okay, like for drum and vocal. Great, let's start on the subject. Background music's gonna cut. We're gonna change the camera. There you go. I think I have a basic drum setup here. If I go into meter, it's not gonna tell you anything. If I go here, okay. I have some basic drum channel ready. I don't have that virtual soundcheck anymore on that file. I need to reload it just to have a file to work with. But I can still show you without you hearing it. I will show you how. And if you don't hear what I do, you will not try to copy what I do. I just want you to understand the idea behind what we're doing. I want you to understand the process. Speaking of, let's dive on the bass drum. You have actually two ways to do parallel compression. You can, the most common one is probably to take all your channel, and I'm gonna show you that. Hold on. Why did I switch that camera? Let's go back here. Take them out of the master, or main out, I should say. I used to call master, which is not true anymore. It's main out, and on the wing we have 4 of these. So I took my drum out of the main out, and we're gonna send that into a. Actually, we're gonna create a group. Oh, actually, I have one already created. I have here bus 9. That is a group. To create a subgroup, we're gonna go into or bus 9 here. This is the main window. Second window, subgroup. When we create that, we transform a mix bus or a bus into a group. So it doesn't have a send level anymore. Looking for a word here. Words are hard today. We're not using this as a mix bus anymore. We're using this as if it was a subgroup. A subgroup will just hardwire your channel out to your main out. To make sure that your subgroup is going to your main out, you have to come here and make sure that you enable the main out output for that bus. We are in B9 and enable that. Now the next step is to take all your channel. We come back here at my kick. You can see we're going to go in the bus send below. We're going to take that EQ off because we don't want to have any kind of EQ, and we're going to assign our drum to that subgroup. Now, if we're doing a recap, what we did, we punch out of the main. All our channel, we've punched them in our bus. Following? Good. Let's go now work on that bus, because this is where we will do the parallel compression. We're going to come here. We're going to select a compressor that we want to use. Anything in particular that anybody wants to do parallel compression with? Anybody actually know a good one? Because I'm not the parallel compression guy. I know it will work better with aggressive compressor. So Soul 9000, probably not. The Soul Bus compressor, probably not. I know the 1176 is working good for that. We're going to crank the living hell out of it. And we're going to reduce the... Actually, we can just set the output to be minus 18. The parallel compression will really happen here with the mix knob. I would suggest you to start at 0. Just take it out of the mix, because right now the signal is going into the bus. Sorry, the signal is going into the bus and it's gonna go through the signal chain that we have on that bus. Sorry. It's gonna go through the signal chain that we have on that bus, and we're gonna blend in some distorted parallel compression. Now, sorry, we're gonna have to use our imagination. Or hold on, maybe I can do something like, okay, I probably have some drum here. I can maybe show it to you. Okay, we have some drum here. Let me turn down my music, or do I have? I got a knob for that. Yeah, So, if we raise or drum, we got nothing going on now. Okay, let me just find a spot on my playback. I think at around 12, 13 minutes, I got some band playing. Okay. You guys can hear my main out. It's good. Can I forward that a little bit? Nope, not working. Okay. Sorry, just getting my stuff together. We got drum. Soon they're gonna start playing. And I'm still waiting. Okay, we got some drum going. Okay. Can you guys hear the drums? Just tell me in the chat, please. Let me know. Yes, good. So we got the drum. We're gonna go really hard with the compressor, and I'm gonna go really fast attack and really fast attack and compression. Basically, I'm gonna turn that down. Basically, when we set the compressor mix to be full on, we want it to sound like it's broken. Okay, not distorted enough. There you go. Yeah, maybe that's too much. 20 to 1. I'm using an extreme setting right now on the compressor, but it's just to show you the extreme, then we're gonna dial it back. So, let's go with the extreme. Okay, now it's fine. It sounds like it's broken. We're gonna bring the dial back to 0. Gotta raise my drum bus, and we're gonna slowly blend in the compressor with the mix ratio here. Yeah, that's too extreme. Let's go 20 to 1 instead. This is one way to do parallel compression. You can actually... Can we get it into distortion world by putting everything at max? Yes, we can. That would be one way to do it. Something else that you can do. Do we have that here on the bus? I don't think we do. So I'm gonna grab, instead of grabbing a compressor to get the same effect, and I'm gonna show you actually through it to do it. Instead of grabbing a compressor, we gotta go here in the insert, and I'm gonna get an empty block, and I wanna get the distortion plugin. Do we have that available as an extra plugin? We don't. Oh, or maybe I have distortion somewhere here in the even. Is it the even channel? No. If anybody know anywhere that I have access to the distortion plugin, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, there we go, the warm soul. We're gonna insert the warm soul, and only that. The EQ here, we're gonna all leave that flat. We don't want to use this at all. We just want to add some distortion. So right now I'm going full on into my bus. Let's go and bring the mix down. I'm gonna set the drive. Actually, let's get our distortion ready. There you go. This is why it was not working. We basically, with parallel compression, we want to add distortion and harmonics to the signal. We can choose. With this, if we want to add third or second harmonic. I'm more a fan of second harmonic on drum. And I'm going extreme here. Color minus sounds good to me like this. We're gonna go totally dry. So here we have, gotta push it loud. Drum. And we gotta push in slowly the distortion. There you go, man. This is how I would do parallel compression. One more way to do it is on the channel itself. Let me explain. On every channel, you have access to a compressor and you have access to a mix. You can do the same thing that I've done here, but you can do it on the channel strip itself. So let's say or snare. We're gonna listen just to or snare. And why is there a gate? There we go. No gate. What else can we use? Let's go with the drummer. I don't know that compressor at all. Let's crank it to 100. It's really squashed. It's really distorted. We're gonna bring the mix down. And that's my drummer singing, by the way, in the back. What's up, Carl? And you can blend in some parallel compression with the mix ratio. One more thing before we change on this other subject. If you don't want to do this, you can create a bus only with your parallel distortion. And let me explain. Now that we have set up our bus 9 as a really aggressive compressor, whoa, sorry guys. Really aggressive distortion, compression. I'm just gonna go with the compressor here. If we don't want to play around with the blend, we can also, I'm just gonna turn down the level here. We can blend with the fader if we don't want to blend with the mix. So to do that, you need to reassign your input to the main out. Now, my drums are back in the main out, and I'm also sending them into my bus 9. If I come here and I raise my bus 9, I'm blending parallel compression. Maybe it's too hard on the snare. I'm just gonna turn it down for now. There you go. So here you have it. This is a couple of ways to do parallel compression on the wing. We have so many options, sorry. Look at the video that I will have coming in the next few weeks. I go into, not into parallel compression. That could be also something that I can film before I leave. But we go into the customization of the console, which are crazy. When you think about it, there's so many options that you have to replace stuff in the chain and parallel and bus and you have a lot of options. I hope it gives you a couple idea of how to do this. You can apply the same thing for vocal. You can do it on the channel strip, or you can do in parallel or wet dry on a bus. It's really, Options are limitless. Find a way that you think work better for you, and then apply it. And don't be afraid to try it and go back and forth. Try different approach. Maybe the first one that I did is not good for you. Maybe you are more a guy of running everything to the main and blending in the distortion compression. Just be careful with that, because feedback. By raising the noise floor of that drum, it can feedback easily, especially on overhead, because they are far away from the source. They pick up sound from around, and we send so much energy. We send a lot of level, and the noise floor that we're getting, the noise floor is the sound that the microphone is picking up around it. The noise floor that we're raising with the compressor, when we just crank everything, it could lead into feedback. Just be careful with that, please. I don't want you to destroy your PA, your ear, or somebody else's ears. What else? Let me catch up with the chat. No, Eman Jr., it's my first time. I've been in the shadow watching every stream. Welcome. Pleased to shine some lights on you. Jonathan, are you excited for Christmas Eve? Yeah. If I'm not sick, I will. I'm coughing right now, but it could only be just a cold. You like the music? Cool. This is a band that I'm working with called Five Roses. It's a new country band. Please go take a look at them on their social media. Five Roses or Five Roses Band, country band, something like that. You will find them on pretty much every streaming platform. Jonathan, if you hear only the drums, because that was only the drum. This is what we're doing here. We're talking about live sound and the Wayne console. Great. I'm not hearing any music. Now I hear it. There we go. How do I send? Words are hard, guys. Sorry. How to send all the channels in main left, right, 2 at one time, or easy way to do it instead of going every channel. Okay, I got one for you. I'm gonna move my trackpad from here. Put it there. The main out react exactly like any other bus on the console. A quick way to do it, and I hope my camera will pick that up. I'm gonna select main 2 here. Okay, you can't see it, but you're gonna see what happened with the fader. I'm selecting main 2, and I'm gonna press the send on fader knob that is right there. Do you see that now all my fader are at 0 dB and are in red? If I turn them on here, I'm actually not gonna do it. Or actually, I could do it with the aux here. If I turn them on there and I set the level, it will basically send the signal from those fader into the main 2. It's really like doing a mix bus. You select the main out, select send on fader, unmute the channel because by default they are mute or off, and you create your mix level there, and you just go out of send on fader and you are back to main 1. By default, the console is when you don't have the send on fader option on, the console is defaulted to main 1. I hope that answered your question. Actually, I should do a video about that. How to quickly do some... Let me take a note here. Main send. I will remember with that note. Thank you very much for the ID, man. Really appreciate that. Do you know anything about the Midas DL2? DL2? what? Hold on. Do you know anything about the Midas DL32 having 2 modes depending on what is plugged into the AS50P? I don't know about that, but my experience is back in the day when I had a DL32, that's way before I had a DL251. We're talking about 5 years ago. I tried to plug 2 console into it and it was not working. What I had, the signal that I had from the port B was the monitor send. I was basically looping back from the front of house console into that channel. So, sorry guys, I just need to turn down the notification on my iPad because I'm seeing some bad news popping up, and I don't want to talk about bad news. I want to have a good time with you for the next 35 minutes. What I was saying. Yeah, 251, DL32. It's, I think with a firmware update now, it became a signal split, but the original firmware on it, I think, was sending out the output from port B, which at one point gave me a really, really bad time. Tried to mix a show with a split snake. Well, I had on stage a DL32 X32 core for monitor. I wanted to use my M32R for front of house, and nope, didn't work. I had to scrap the front of house console, just plug 1 cable into my monitor rig and just wing a show like that. So yeah, maybe it's a firmware update thing. It's not version really, or it doesn't matter what's in it. From David, hello from Sweden. Hi, I'm from Canada. We are neighbor of the north, I should say. Do you know if there's any difference between the converter if you change to the Dente card? I'm using with the wing in the studio. Maybe you will have a... Hold on, this is really an interesting question with a deep... that could go really deep, but we're gonna go there. I'm good with that. Is it gonna change anything to the converter? No, but it can change the clock source. Take that as... Actually, you should ask yourself, is the clock source or is the quality of the clock source in the wing or on the Dente card better than something else that you have? Really, this is really personal question in the sense of it depends on what else you have. I don't think the clock on the wing is bad at all. Maybe it's better on the Dente card. Maybe it's a more expensive chip on the Dente card. Maybe you have something like, I'm not really good with studio clock, but something like a Big Ben studio clock or another device that has a really high quality clock. Maybe you can try to clock your stuff to that, and maybe it will get the phasing of the converter better. It's really, I mean, I don't think it's going to change much because the preamp are still the preamp. And in the wing, we have the Midas Blue Series preamp. I tested myself. Actually, I need to do an A/B test with that, like kind of like Dave Rat did with the X32 and the M32. I need to do a video where I'm plugging my DL251 Y splitter, going in the console, going the other side, and maybe check the difference with a pink noise or the tool that I have available. But definitely an ID. Well, I'm gonna take a note of that. Preamp test versus DL251. Thank you for the ID, man. And about the Dente card, if I can get mine to work at some point, I will eventually do some tests. But so far, really tough question here, David. It could do a difference, but not really big. Looking for more video with Dente setup and how to use it. yeah, again, as soon as I can get some Dente working, I will have that. From Kansas Pepper. Sir, is the board good for recording studio setting? I have an X32 and I don't care much for it. It's better. It's better quality preamp, I believe. The console has good preamp. Other than that, I don't suggest you to use anything else in the studio because as good as this console is, you have way more tool if you mix in the box. Even with this as a remote interface, you have more tool if you mix in the bus than just try to stick it only to the console. That would be my approach to that. Is don't expect to upgrade from the X32 to the Wing for any other reason than having better preamp. Because I believe that the preamps are better in the back of the Wing because they are, like I just said, the same thing as a DL251 or 231, which is the ion preamp of Midas. M1 support. I believe it is, but I'm not on M1 yet. Actually, I don't know when I'm going to be on M1. I'm waiting for the new Mac Pro to come out. So maybe next year I will experiment with M1. But Dente, which bring me to the question from Dale, what's wrong with my Dente card? I can show you guys what's wrong with my Dente card. It's in there. I void my warranty opening up my console. And my Dente card is not working. Two reasons, I believe. The Wing software is not ready for internal Dente card. Well, actually, it is. It's working if your card is working. The problem is I'm facing basically two problems. The console is not really ready for it yet, but it worked, so it worked. If your card is fine, my card in there is not fine. The firmware update, when I try to update the card, either crash or now I can simply not communicate with the card properly. So this is a card that I took out of a Soundcraft SI Expression, I believe, external card. Plug it in, it worked, it's recognized, but for some reason I cannot do the firmware update on it. As much as I try, I spend days on it. At some point, I should have just bought the right damn thing and not mess around with it. And yeah, it's because of that, because it's not the right card from the right manufacturer for the console. I plug it in, it works. It's recognized as a Brooklyn Dente card. 64 input, but it's not working the way it should at all. Like, no go. So I would say, don't do like I did. I know some people got it working, but me, total fail from A to Z. I void my warranty. I bought a card that doesn't work. I'm stuck with something that took me way too much time on my life for not working. Don't go there. Just wait for the official card to be released. You're gonna have way more fun with that. Ivan, what's up, man? One of the regular here. Good to see you. Finally updated firmware on the Wing. What were you waiting for? It's just fixing bug and everything, and you have like all that cool stuff from 0.6, like the mouse support. You know, you can turn your mouse on off here with the 12. Actually, I don't know what firmware you were taking the console from. Please tell me you were not like still on something like 1.6. Huh. Any other question, guys? All ears. We got 5 minutes left. You were on 1.11. Okay, 1.11 was decently close enough. You only didn't have the new insert plugin and the mouse support. So I believe your console is fine. You don't have any screen issue. If you don't, well, didn't need really to upgrade. Okay, on the console where we connect your stage box, the pin shield came out. Doesn't matter. Hold on. Are we talking about the XLR-like connector on your cable, or your shielding around the RJ45 connector inside of it? I don't have one here, but as long as you have the metal shielding around the RJ45 connector, you should have like a connection to your cable sleeve and so connection to ground, because the way a shielded cable is done, the grounding is not on the RJ45. It's not on the Ethercon connector. The grounding is on the RJ45 connector. So if you lost the metal shielding around the internal RJ45 cable, I would say redo that connector if you can, just to avoid any kind of problem. If it's just the XLR like barrel, it's fine. I've done show without an XLR barrel on my cable. It's just less protected. Somebody can really pull it out of the console because it's only holding by the little plastic tab. But other than that, nothing to worry about. Oh, it's the RJ45. Yeah, I would redo that connector. Have you used tape machine for saturation? Yes, I do. I've used it on bass. Actually, do I have it here on bass? I don't have it on right now, but yes, I'm. Oh, hold on. The tape machine saturation. Okay. Whoa. I'm saying crap now. Tape machine saturation. Like, if I'm going to use my unused insert here. Tape machine saturation. So this one right there. Tape machine. Let's turn it on just for fun. Oh, yeah. It sounds really like crap. It's, yeah. Not really... Okay, oh no. No. This is not something... Well, I'm gonna guess it could be good on bass. Like on bass guitar. Because let's be honest with you. Okay, no. Okay, let me do an A/B test. I'm gonna use it slightly. Can I get the same kind of level? Can I get the same kind of level with the tape saturation off and the tape saturation on? I'm hearing a little bit of distortion. Okay. So if I understand the beats correctly, this will add some harmonic saturation, but yeah, it's basically like an overdrive. It will give you slight amount of saturation over your stuff, but honestly, I'm not a fan of saturation live. I like it clean. Am I old? Oh my god, am I getting old and I don't like the new stuff like saturation and vocal? Maybe I'm getting old. But no, never use this. The one that I've used is from the Gate. Hold on. Can I see it? Where is it? It's right there. The one that I've used before is the Soul Warm preamp. This one I've used on bass guitar before. And yeah. I had a really good result with this on bass guitar. And maybe I can bring down the mix and bring up the saturation. Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds really good on bass guitar, but honestly, for me, I'm more of a clean guy. I'm way more of a clean guy than I am a a saturation guy. I don't see, other than slight saturation, I don't see the use of it. I prefer to have something clean, or I'm just gonna ask the musician to send me more dirty of a signal than that. What do you mean with mouse support? Okay, you probably didn't know that, David. On the wing, I actually have a video about that. If we come here into setup, I'm gonna change my camera angle. We have a mouse here that says mouse disabled touch and mouse speed. If you connect in a USB mouse on the top left of your console, you will have a little cross or a little X appearing on the screen that will allow you to move your mouse around and just click like if you were with your finger. This is a workaround method for people who have a hard time with their screen, their touch screen going bad. So when you enable the mouse touch, when you enable the mouse disabled touch here, when the mouse is connected in, it will disable the function of touching the screen, and it will also prevent you to have bug or weird stuff happening on your console as you move around with your mouse and you change the page. But it's basically a workaround for that. It could be useful for people who have a good screen too, if you need to. I don't know. If you prefer to have a mouse than just touching the screen, it's really up to you. But yeah, mouse support is available since firmware 12.6, which is the current version as of December 2021. I was wondering if that would prevent your issue of feedback using SoulWarm. What would prevent you? Okay, sorry, I need to read that. Too many words. Words are difficult. Keep in mind, I don't know if some of you probably don't know that, but English is my second language. I've learned to speak English when I was 18, 20. So I have the vocabulary level of a 12 years old who speaks English. So please bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. I was wondering if that would prevent your issue of feedback using SoulWarm. No, okay, I get what you mean. No, because adding distortion will have harmonic excitement, period, and that will increase your chance of feeding back because you are adding harmonic and you're adding compression and you're raising the noise floor of your microphone. In the studio, it's fine. You basically don't have to deal with feedback, but if you are doing that live, feedback has to be taken into consideration. Yeah, from Rolf, 12.6 is known as the mousetrap version of the wing. Yeah, it's a funny play on word that they did there. They actually even went out and do an image of a mouse like running on the console. Yeah, they went out that far. It's really fun because I'm gonna give some good positive talk about Behringer. Sorry, I never know how to pronounce it. They listen. People requested a workaround for screen going bad. They introduced mouse support out of nowhere. I know it was not in the plan. because they have a plan. They have idea of where the wing is and where they want it to be in a couple of years. They need to develop the software, make it stable, and send it to you. Behringer has plan, and mouse support was not there, and they added really quickly. They went out of their way. They stop everything, work on mouse support. It's working, it's stable, go out the door with firmware 12.6. Thank you very much, guys. If I know some people over at Behringer or part of the team or part of the forum are listening to these live stream, thank you very much for your work. It's not because you guys are getting paid for doing what you do that it's not worth to say thank you. Thank you very much. You're changing shows, you're changing people's lives by releasing good firmware for a console that can make good event happen, and good event can be life changing for a kid. You never know when having a good show. Okay, let me go up the chain. Behringer released a firmware for a console. You, as a sound engineer, can make a better show. That better show in a high school can start up the new upcoming next Billie Eilish, because they're gonna have a good show. You're gonna have a good time as a sound engineer. You're gonna have more time to spend doing a good show with the kids, get them ready, help them perform really well. That's our job. Sound engineers are there to help the artist perform. And when you're doing firmware update that help you with new plugin, new stuff, having an easier time working around your stuff, you are more available for artists. And you never know where you can start that spark that will inspire a new generation of kids to perform on stage. Because let's face it, nowadays, most people listen to DJ stuff or canned music. No more live band, no more live show. Some singer singing over backtrack. I'm not against it as long as it's creative. But you never know when you as a human can start up a little spark into another human that will make him grow as a musician, an artist, a performer, and helping him become the next pop star. Moving on to another question. I'm missing RTA source like on the X32. I want to use RTA mic and overlap it over the master EQ to ring out PAs. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to do that. I didn't look into that a lot, but yeah, I think you're right. I don't think you have the option to do that kind of stuff. Let me take a look. Do we even have an RTA page on the console? Probably not. No, I don't see anything. Let's take a look. Do we have? Okay, hold on. Let me take a look at something. Let's go home. EQ. Could it be possible to have RTA source pre-post? RTA source pre-post, RTA 30 to 60 dB, decay, RTA detector, peak RMS. Yeah, you cannot auto gain RTA fixed gain. Nope, you don't have any option. Yeah, it's setting us on EQ. Yeah, sorry, I just find it, but yeah, no. We need one more input here, or it should be like the talkback. It should be a dedicated input, like channel A8 with preamp, whatever, or channel A8 should be your RTA input, and whatever you have assigned there, plug your RTA mic into it, and it should be available. You just need one input. I mean, if you have 7 smart microphone running around, probably you should not use a wing to tune out your PA, but yeah, Makes total sense. But could you, hold on, let me ask you something. Could you send out signal to your PA or send out pink noise with your PA into the output? Okay, let's try something. I'm thinking out loud now. Could we in output patch or oscillator? Or having or oscillator into a channel, which is something that I already have. Okay, let me think about something. If we take our oscillator here, send it out to main 1. And if we select here, because what I'm trying to do is sending out your pink noise to one channel and checking out basically, or EQing out your RTA microphone from a different input. Let's say that you have your RTA going. I got my RTA going into some reverb here. And I would need to do it for real to know if it's possible, but I'm thinking that maybe you can send out some signal from an output on the console, send out some pink noise, analyze it with a microphone, basically watching your RTA microphone into that main out, EQ it, and then change the source for your PA to be that main. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Try maybe the matrix with direct input. No, I don't want to send, because if you send your microphone, your RTA mic into the PA, you're gonna feedback. What would be fun is to watch change your. Actually, you can do it with main 2. If you send out a pink noise into main 1, setting out your level, analyze main 2, take your RTA microphone, sending out into main 2, you will have a pink noise that, let's say, is going to be flat. You could EQ your RTA mic or correct that without hearing it, and copy paste that EQ into main 1. And once you got that, you erase your EQ into main 2. That will, maybe there's a workaround. Maybe. Or any channel I'm using DBX mic. Oh yeah, you mean your DBX analyzer? Yeah, okay. Yeah, IDs use iPad for RTA channel overview and EQ main. Yeah, I don't know if that can work, but maybe. Wouldn't you want invert EQ setting? Actually, no, because we're not doing impulse response matching, which is something that I really want to do now. I'm dreaming of a plugin that would help with a microphone that will create an impulse response of my PA, and I can just invert EQ it into my main out and having it really flat. Like I'm talking about 100 band EQ, not only a graphic 31 band or a parametric EQ. Parametric EQ just work just fine, but now since I've tasted, working with stuff like the Axe FX and the Line 6 and creating some impulse response with really detailed dynamic, with really detailed EQ, 100 band EQ. I wish I could have that on my PA, because like I had last week. I had a really rough time with the PA. It was not tuned perfectly, and I heard a lot of problem when turning it up. I heard many like problem in phasing. I wish I could have, or wish I had with me a way to just impulse response to PA, send out the pink noise, send out a sine wave curve, analyze it, draw my EQ curve, reverse it, send that out into the PA and mix into that. That would have been really fun. But we're not there yet. Maybe this is an idea for somebody at Behringer. If you're watching this, we really want some RTA analyzing plugin. It could be a plugin like we have for the PA, the speaker manager. I don't mind having, let's say, a speaker manager, and after that having an impulse response. Yeah, an impulse response plugin. I don't know how hard would that be. If they can do it with, the Axe-Fx and guitar preamplifier, they can probably do it in the wing. You have your pink noise, and you just analyze it versus your RTA microphone, and you can send out. Yeah, you could have basically an impulse response insert on one of your main out, getting the microphone as a key source, and as sidechain or key source or whatever. You guys understand what I mean. And as you play, music through it, you can press refine, and it will adapt the frequency response that it's getting from the main out and analyze it versus the microphone. Could be fun. Yeah, Behringer should really purchase smart. Yeah, I don't know if it's for sale. The thing is, some people don't want to get bought by Behringer. I mean, some people even would say no matter what the amount of money, just because they can't stand Behringer. Even nowadays, I'm still seeing some old guy say, "You're not gonna bring that Behringer crap into my room." We'll see. From Illuminux. Hi, man. It's been a long time. In what country are you in today, or what hotel room are you in today? Let me know. Really love the new look for a stream. Thank you very much. Next challenge, have you considered looking into a cheap 3-point lighting setup? Would improve the look immensely. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of light. I have 5 LED color with different color temperature. I have 2 big ones, and right now I only have 1 key light here next to me, or 1 small, they're called key light something. But the thing is, everything is too bright. I want to have a bright bluish background. I want to pop out, but I don't want my background to be lit. It's a problem for me. Because, oh wait, I forget. I have those too. But the way that they are set up, they're really good to light my console. But now I look overexposed a little bit because it's too bright on my head. But I don't want to crank my light because it's warming up my background. I want to cut through the background, but I don't, it's a visual thing. But now I got the wide angle lens for the Sony, and I'm slowly improving. Is it better like this? What you guys are at home watching this. Let me know. Is it better like this, or is it better with the light close? I feel it's more cozy like that, but you guys tell me. You guys are the one watching. I don't mind being blinded by the light for you guys. You're in France today. But only one night. Back to Germany tomorrow. Well, have a safe trip. For me, guys, it's sad, but it's time for me to sign out. I have to go to a gig. Cross your finger. Gonna open up my cell phone and see if my life is destroyed for the next month or not in a few minutes. Wish me luck. Wish me a negative result. I hope everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, I really need to sign out. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you see me next week, it's because I got COVID. If you don't see me next week, it's because I'm in Florida having a good time. Wish me luck, for real. I need it. Till the next one. Nobody know when. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful time with your family and your close one for the next weeks that are coming. Take care of yourself. I'll see you guys later. See you next year.